said, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. So I come back in here and I look, because it looked like it was a damp patch. Another hole right there, which looks like someone's put their foot through that as well. And I would have thought that these walls should be some sort of, you know, they should be fireproofed, really, from house to house. So I think that is actually a safety issue. So I've had to put a bucket there in case it drips. And it's run all the way down, and it's even gone into the back room as well. So we've got water damage in the back room as well. In this corner up here, there's all the water damage. It's all come through. They've done the damage and then just going to try and bodge it up as cheap as possible without doing it properly. So I'll come back because I'm getting really wound up now. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Nigel's Pond. I'm Matt, and normally we're outside, we're in the garden, we're doing something on the pond. I may have a little problem and I may be asking for help, or I may have a great idea and I'll share that with you guys. And that's, you know, that was a couple of years ago when I started the channel. Recently, the last year or so, my uploads have been a bit sporadic, haven't really uploaded a great deal. And today we're going to explain why I haven't really uploaded a great deal, especially this year. So it goes all the way back, and it starts off with our new neighbours moving in next door. Lovely, they're a lovely young family, really nice. However, we've had so many issues with their extensions and the developments that they've had done, and the knock-on effect that it's had for us. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to show you some clips that I recorded back in August. And then once we've gone through all of that, I'll give you an update of where we're at today, and then I could do with some advice from you guys. What would you do? Yeah, I could do with some advice on this, and then we'll have a look at the fish, and we will go around the pond because it's been absolutely freezing out there, and we have no heaters on the pond at all. We've got nothing for them, so I'll show you a few of the issues that we had through that cold spell last week. Right, so without further ado, let's get straight into this video and I'll show you all of the issues that we've had. So this is the first bit of damage that the builder's actually done to the house from next door. You can see he's gone straight through the wall. And he said to me, when I spoke to him, he said, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. It was a 9-inch block. He said, you don't get blocks that wide, 9 inches. There's usually, but whatever is irrelevant. You still went through it. So they done that, and you just thought they'd have learnt their lesson. You know, the mess down here, all over here, it was everywhere. And it all went in through to my room because of the way it was drawing the air through. It was just sucking through into my room, and it was an absolute nightmare. And also, it's caused all these cracks. We've got all these cracks now that have appeared, which we never had before. And then I was out, and there was a knock on the door, and I had a look on the camera, and it was the builder. So my mum let the builder in, and you see that there's another hole here. We are in. I'll turn the light on in a minute, but I'm just leaving it dark so that you can see. So you can see how wide that block is, and they've gone through that block. They can see our bit of wood here, and yet they've still knocked all out around it into our loft space, even though we've got this bit of wood in. But also I'll show you that in a second. Oh, the camera's not going to pick it up, is it? Oh, there you go. There's a hole in the roof in the corner, and through the felt. So that means there's no tiles there, and that should be tiles there. So they've taken the tiles off. Let me turn the light on in a sec. No, well, that didn't make no difference. We're just in like a loft space. Right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to put the torch on, and then actually no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get big spotlight. There you go, that's better, you can see now. So there's damage there, you can see it in the felt. You can see the felt's damaged. So that's been damaged there. And that's that hole that's gone through. So our joists and that's all from our extension that we had done back in the 90s. So this extension here, you know, the builders only went in, I'd say, what's that, about 3 inches. So there's like, the builders the other side have taken out 6 inches of that breeze block and then found our joist and then knocked all the brick out around it as well. So I'm back in the loft again. I'm actually going through doing the edit, and when I was up here editing, let me just move back a little bit, I could see something in the top corner that just looked really dark and shadowy. So I come back in here and I look, because it looked like it was a damp patch, and that is definitely a damp patch. So I've just stuck my head down there and had a little bit of investigation. Down here, I'm confused, because this is definitely fresh batten, right? I mean, I'm not in the building trade, but I could tell you this. And in this gap here, there's fresh batten there. So what they're saying is their batten, they've put in batten that's come straight across into here. I'm confused. So it turns out that this little hole under here was actually the roofers next door. They spoke to my mum about it. They put their foot through it. So after she kept going on and on and on and complaining about it, they've actually come back and put some felt there. But there's also, I've noticed, another hole right there, which looks like someone's put their foot through that as well, and that's actually seeping through a little bit of water. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. It looks like it could be from like the channel that's in here, whether, yeah, I don't know how that's leaking. So yeah, we've had to resort to putting a dehumidifier in here to try and dry it all out, because yeah, I mean, there's no leaks anywhere else. Everything else is dry. It's just all this bit here, and that's an absolute nightmare. Yeah, oh, it's the hips they call it, isn't it? It's the hips. So it looks like it's leaking from the hip just there, because I can't see any more water around on the hips. Everywhere else is dry. But you can see, it looks like there's been a new piece of batten, because they've been cut, the builders have been here. The roofers next door came in when I wasn't here, when I was at work. So no, that's the same bit of batten that was already there, isn't it? They've obviously just put a bit of new felt along there. Well, I don't know. Is it an acceptable repair if it's still leaking? That's the question, isn't it? Let me get in. I mean, this is an awkward position to get to, but it is right there. There's another tear. But the tears don't just appear for no reason. They obviously appear because there's water getting to them and they get weak, I guess. I don't know, but any advice would be muchly appreciated. Also, this hole down here never got filled in, so we've just had to shove some insulation in there. I have no idea if that's a fire hazard, because obviously that just goes straight to next door. And I would have thought that these walls should be some sort of, you know, they should be fireproofed, really, from house to house. So I think that is actually a safety issue. All right, let's get out of here and get back to the video.
so this is my view out the window. I've got this big blind here, you can't really see, but I always keep this blind shut because the sun comes all the way across and down, and it just heats it up. Having this blackout blind keeps it cool. But yeah, you can see, I do actually have a lovely view, but I look from here, I can't even see the roof where it went through. Oh, but if I hang out my window right out, you can see the damage. You can see where it's gone through the roof. That's why I never noticed it from up here and didn't see the damage. So I'll show you another reason why we didn't see the damage as well. Another reason why we didn't notice any of the damage is because this here is my father's room and it's always kept shut. So we never come in here. Excuse this is for my brother's T5. But we never come in here. So, you know, we never really look out the window. But if you do look down here and look through, I don't know how well the camera's going to focus. But right there, my eyesight's terrible. But even I can see that. Yeah, so they should have said, actually, that when the builder come round, he should have said that it was damaged. Naughty builders, naughty builders. And another reason we didn't notice the damage in the conservatory, because when you stand here and you look up, you've got the debris there, which, you know, normally when you come into here, you don't see that. No one ever really goes into there, unless the kids come round. They haven't been round here for a while. So I've had to put a bucket there in case it drips. And yeah, that's why we never even noticed this one, because we don't come in here. It gets too hot in here, because obviously it's conservatory. So we just keep it shut to help keep the rest of the house cool.
Right, so we're back in my dad's room again. And here's some more damage that happened. So when the roofers had all that tiles off, they took all the tiles off on our side as well. And then they just left it. And then when it absolutely hammered it down, in the, I think it was September, that September rain we had, everything in here all got absolutely water damaged. All the walls, there was water stains everywhere around here. So my mum's already painted all of this. I don't know how well you're going to pick it up on there, but it's all sort of like started, it's all gone all funny now, where we had all that water damage because of the neighbours, all that work the neighbours had. And also the water, where it all run down, I mean there is still, Mum only painted the top bit of where it's worse, but it's all run all the way down. The water was everything was absolutely soaked, and it's run all the way down, and it's even gone into the back room as well. So we've got water damage in the back room as well. So let's go down and see that. Let's just mute this quickly. Where's the mute button? There we go. There we go, right. So we can see up here, in this corner up here, there's all the water damage. It's all come through, and you can't really see it. It's not really showing up on this colour wallpaper, but yeah, there's all water damage along here as well. Yeah, Mum hasn't obviously painted that roof yet. So, terrible. This is all the well, that's the damage so far, up till August, September. So it's been 5 months or so since we had all the issues started. It's now December, just coming into Christmas, and this is why I obviously haven't uploaded, because I've been trying to help my mum out and sort things out and trying to research what we can do, what we can't do. Obviously, along with working as well and trying to do other bits, and so everything's just been absolutely crazy, absolutely manic, and I just haven't had the time to get things done. So here we are, we're uploading this now, and I just it's surprising. Right, I'm going to take you around the house now and show you everything that's been done. So yeah, massive thanks to these builders, because I asked the neighbours I'm going to show you, take you off here. I'm going to show you around. I asked the neighbours about it and spoke to the neighbours, and the neighbours just said, oh, well, you need to sort that out with the builders. Just sort it out with the builders. The neighbours, these neighbours are really not interested at all. So, woo, it's bright out there. Nothing has been done up there. We haven't had any of this painted yet. No work's been done up there. Out here, I mean, if I can open it. If we go out here and we look up, what do you expect to see? Yeah. Just a bit of sticky tape over it, which we had to buy. We had to buy that sticky tape to repair it. Quality that, isn't it? Yeah, great. Thank you, neighbours. So that's cost us money. We also had to have all the lead done around the around our dormer on their side, because the builder said, oh, there's loads of holes in it, which we only had. I mean, literally, we only had our. When did we have it done? We had it done 4 years ago, 2 years before my dad passed away. We had all of that done, the flat roof all around the dormer, and all of that done, and then all of a sudden, all the work next door, and then all down the side of where they're having that work done, oh, there's loads of holes and dents in the lead. Sounds suspicious. So, and then my mum said about it, we got scaffolders, we had to get scaffolders round and everything else. We've had to pay for this, come out of our own pocket. They said next door, oh, you can only get it up for a week because we've got work going on. It has to only be a week. So it costs more money to get a roof around, to get that job done, to get all that lead done, which they obviously damaged, right? So it cost extra money to find people to get it done in like the 4-day deadline that they gave us, right? Considering they've done all this damage and everything to our house. Done that, we paid extra, got it all done. What happens? They haven't done any more work. Absolute disgrace. So yeah, lovely family, really nice, but when it comes to respecting your neighbours, absolute disgrace. Right, anyway, I'm ranting because you can see they've done absolutely nothing with that flat roof out the back. And, well, excuse the mess, I'm sorry. And this is what's happened up here. We've still got all these cracks everywhere. Nothing's been done. All these cracks, no one's mentioned it. We ask about it and apparently it's our problem. So this is what they've done. They've just chucked in some some plaster, which is all cracked and just looks absolutely awful. What an absolute disgrace. I can't believe it. I genuinely cannot believe it. All of this damage caused because of our neighbours, and their attitude is, it's for us to sort out with the builders. Really? Really? I'll come back because I'm getting really wound up now. I'm pissed off with this. Oh, mate, I was getting so wound up then. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I'm trying to find my cup now. I've put it down. I got so stressed out. I don't know what I've done with it. I've put it somewhere, haven't I? Oh dear. But yeah, also, what I forgot to mention, so because they've actually damaged all 3 panels in the conservatory here, oh, it's bright and sunny. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see, but they damaged all 3 panels. So all 3 panels need to be replaced. However, it's slightly too long to get 2 lengths out of 1 panel. Oh dear, bad. So what they've actually done is, they have dropped off some of these sheets. So they've dropped off 3 new sheets. But someone said these are just the real cheap ones, not the same as what's on there at the moment. We've got 2 bits of these, 2 joiners of some sort, and 16 screws. No end caps, none of it. So it's almost like they've done the damage and then just going to try and bodge it up as cheap as possible without doing it properly. So, and that's been here now. It's probably been sat there for 6 weeks. And look how much of an annoyance it is. We've got no access to our downstairs loo. We've got no access under the stairs. And we've got to walk all the way up round because it sticks out all that far. Look. Oh, I'm not usually one to moan and whinge and complain, but this is absolutely ridiculous. You know, they're mugging us off. They really are. So I reckon, I'm walking around looking for my cups. I don't know where I've put it. But I reckon what we're going to have to do is, we're going to have to get in touch with our insurance company, and we're going to have to put a claim in against them, because this is just taking the mick now, isn't it? I mean, we can't afford, it cost us 3 times as much as what it should have done just to repair that lead. Seriously, right? If you knew the price, I don't want to say how much it is, because it was extortion, and what I've seen other people pay, mate, we got mugged off. But, well, we say we got mugged off, it was because we had 4 days to get it done. So because we only had 4 days to get it done, it had to be done within that 4-day period, apparently because of the neighbours, which they've done absolutely nothing about. They haven't done anything since, and this was now a few weeks ago. No more work's happened, no more work at all. They were just being awkward. Considering they've done all this damage, oh gosh. Anyway, let's go have a look at the pond, because that's going to cheer me up, because the fish always cheer me up. So let's go have a look around the pond. I'm going to have a cup of tea and we'll go for a little wander. So during that cold period that we had last week, where it dropped down to about -5, -6 and stayed at that kind of temperature for, you know, for a good few days at least, I did notice that the veg filter then started freezing over, and it was actually at least an inch thick. It had frozen up quite a lot. So I hadn't even put any insulation over it. I completely forgot this year. So I got the insulation out, I put that on top. I also got some other insulation like floorboard insulation, some thin matting stuff, just wrapped that around the veg filter, and within a day or so everything was back to normal and it was all running fine, and all the ice in the veg filter had actually disappeared, but it then accumulated around sort of like the water outlets for both filters and pumps. Do you know what? I think this is the first time I've ever seen all the fish do this, where they've congregated in one spot in the pond. Obviously this is the warmest spot in the pond, it must be. I would have thought the other end would have been warmer with the water coming out of the veg filter. Maybe not, maybe because it's slightly deeper down the other end, that's where it's warmer. I have no idea. But yeah, let's a look at the fish. That's yeah, they're all doing really well, they're all healthy. And what I think I might do is when we have that the conservatory roof change, I might use those plastic sheets to use as insulation in future winters to put over the pond. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see the fry, but they're doing really well. There's goldfish in there as well. So what is there? I think was there 4 fry? Was it 5 fry? I can't remember now. And 2 goldfish. 4 fry, 2 goldfish. Yeah, the water's warmed up in there now. Fish are becoming a little bit more active. We've had plenty of rain. So I've just angled the overflow just so I can use it as a skimmer, because there's loads of leaves and little bits of debris in there, so clean all that surface off. Yeah, they're all looking really healthy. Bit of insulation wrapped in cling film. Good job. Right, anyway, so I would love to hear your stories of if you've had any building work and issues, and I'd love to hear how you actually got it rectified and sorted. Oh, no, that's not good. yeah, so yeah, I'd love to hear all your stories, how you got them sorted, whether you got your insurance companies involved, because I think we're just going to get our insurance company involved. It's the only way it's going to get sorted out, because, well, you pay your insurance, so, and I'm pretty sure the insurance company would then chase the money off their insurance company. I don't know. But if anyone knows, I'd love to know down in the comments. Right. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Have a good one. Right. Yeah. So, we're going to end it here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Have a really good one, because I'm not going to be uploading now until we know what's going on a little bit more with all of this building work, because we really do need to get that sorted out now. So, I will let you know. Let me know down below if you've had any issues, how you've rectified them, how you sorted that out, because we could really do with some advice here. And the dog's just come to say hello as well. Right. I was just admiring myself in the mirror there. Right, thank you very much for watching. Take care now. Stay safe, and God bless.